was tough on you. You didn't start until
I was a senior at quarterback.
At high
He said
school.
He would never start me over a kid that was older than me because he didn't want to deal with it. My dad was a Marine. I mean, he was
tough.
He was tough. I'm not in favor of these helicopter parents nowadays.
Okay, so UCLA is not very good because they have a new coach in the system, and Chip Kelly and Jim Mora are opposites.
Yeah.
This is like when Rich Rod went to Michigan. This is not going to be a 6-game fix. Nick Saban went to Alabama. He lost to Louisiana Monroe first year at home. But what did you make of Chip Kelly getting crushed by the starting quarterback's dad, who was quoted saying he's a lousy coach?
Yeah, I mean, this guy needs to go away. I mean, quickly. Please do your son a service and go away immediately because, you're not right. 2, you're not helping anybody. You're not helping the team. You're not helping your son. I think that it's a ridiculous notion. And here's the thing. Have parents felt like this a lot in the past? Probably. So it's not a new feeling, all right? It's not a new emotion. The difference is that you used to share that at the dinner table with aunts and uncles and maybe a brother or sister, and it used to be kind of contained in the family. Now you've got the Twitter sphere to throw it out there, and then, the Bruin Report online. I mean, everyone grabs it and throws it out there. I just can't. I can't stand it. The kid is a really good player.
Good kid. My daughter went to high school with him, said people loved him. Good kid.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to be a very good player. Here's the deal with Chip Kelly. 1, he's not lousy. His track record is unbelievable. 46-7 at Oregon. Don't tell me that was, he just ran into success there. No, he didn't. They weren't having that amount of success before he got there.
He went to the NFL and went 10-6, 10-6 with mediocre quarterbacks. Nobody
won a division
wins
his first year. By the way, his first year, they went from 29th in scoring offense to 4th in scoring offense and led the league in rushing.
That's the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's the Philadelphia Eagles. Went from 4-12 to 10-6 and won the division. So don't tell me he can't coach. That's just ridiculous. Who are you, Michael Robinson? Give me a break.
Here's the other thing. He's playing like 14 freshmen.
There are a lot of freshmen. 11 true freshmen were playing in the game that I did against Oklahoma, including the center, the quarterback, the tailback, wide receivers, a lot of guys in the back end. They're going to be fine. You know who I'm not worried about of the first-year head coaches at Power 5 schools? Chip Kelly. I don't think they will lose every game, but it's a possibility with their schedule. They had the 118th ranked experience roster.
They're playing
no experience whatsoever.
They're playing 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds.
They also are playing one of the most difficult schedules in the country. Like, this was going to happen.
Of course.
Whether it was great senior players or not in Chip Kelly's first year. I'm not concerned at all. Chip's going to be a wild success at UCLA, and I'm certain of it. No one wanted to fire Pete Carroll after he started 1-4 at USC, or Frank Beamer when he was struggling when he started at Virginia Tech. Like, give it a little time.
I saw Chip Kelly about 6 weeks ago. I said, how are you going to do? He said, just give us a year.
Yeah.
He's like, we need to rebuild some stuff. He didn't take a shot at anybody. He just said, we're going to play a bunch of high schoolers for a year.
There are 17 guys that didn't graduate or go to the NFL, 17 guys that are no longer in the program that would have been on the 2 deep. That basically he had to kind of usher out the door. The culture change going on at UCLA is dramatic.
Yes.
Dramatic from the Mora era to the Chip Kelly era. And Dad, go away quickly.
Okay, Alabama, I don't think they're beatable. I don't think it's great for a sport. Whenever I hear anybody say, the NBA, Golden State.
Come on.
I don't think Alabama's beatable
Dynasties
this year.
are good.
I don't think this one's great.
So it wasn't great when Michael Jordan was playing for the
Michael Jordan was
NBA.
fun to watch. Alabama's boring.
You don't think this is... Alabama's boring? They're number 1 in the country in scoring offense.
55-7 is not interesting. Golden State got pushed to the limit by the Rockets.
Don't hate greatness. Why do you want mediocrity? Don't be a hater of greatness.
Hey.
Just accept the greatness and love it. Because I think what's happening right now is pretty remarkable. You could argue that Alabama this year is the greatest part of both parts of last year's Rose Bowl. They're like the best parts of Oklahoma and the best parts of Georgia all mixed into one. And guess what? They might still lose.
Oh, God, no.
Why not?
First of all, they're finally good at quarterback.
They're great at quarterback.
Yeah, well, they've won national titles with a bar stool and an end table at quarterback.
Greg
now they have
McElroy,
a star.
A.J. McCarron twice, Jacob Coger, and then a true freshman in the second half last year. I agree with you. By the way, since 2009, since they started winning titles at Alabama, it has taken transcendent offensive performances, namely from your quarterback, in order to win a title. You had Cam Newton, you had Jameis Winston, Cardell Jones, and Ezekiel Elliott with maybe the greatest 3-game offensive stretch I've seen in a long time, and then Deshaun Watson. Now they have that player, so it's going to be very difficult to beat them.
I don't have this source, but I'm going to throw it out there. USC is going to be looking for a coach over the next month. Urban Meyer's not happy. Lack of support at Ohio State. USC will call Urban Meyer. This is not sourced, but I strongly believe it's a possibility. Urban Meyer felt like he got thrown under the bus by the university. He didn't like it, and USC is going to be hunting for a coach, and they're not going to go through this mess at USC. If Pete Carroll was 8 years younger, they'd get him again. They're going to go after Urban Meyer.
That one's, I think, crazy.
Am I nuts? You're pausing.
Here's why I don't. It's not about the specific name that you're mentioning as much as it is. I think that they're going to want eventually at some point. And listen, I think Clay maybe gets thrown under the bus a little too quickly. But whenever they take their next swing, I think they're going to swing really big.
Thank you. That's exactly my point. They're going to swing. Throw the name out you told me earlier today, and I think it's funny. I love it.
Well, if you're going that road, why not force the guy who's already coaching in your town to make a decision? I'm not talking about Chip Kelly.
Who?
Sean McVay.
Throw $10 million
Why
at him.
not? I mean, so he says no. At least you're proving like, hey, we're out there and we're taking huge swings. Huge swings. Now, let's say you say, okay, well, let's go to James Franklin, or let's go to, you name the coach at that point. Kyle Shanahan. Why not? All I'm saying is USC, after what has happened since Pete, when and if they get to this situation, they are going to take a gigantic swing. That's Lynn Swann. I'm telling you, that's going to happen.
I'd call
not the Urban Meyer. I'm not saying because I know I can see the soundbite right now clipped off. I see you guys back there. Not necessarily Urban. I'm just saying they're going to take a big swing.
I'm saying Urban.
I know you are, but it's going to be, you guys are going to clip it as if I say it. I know what you guys do.
Okay.